There are three ways I've made reciprocal teaching lead to excellent progress. The first is the most specialised, where you do need really competent learners, and that is you get them to learn something first, either via video or text or a combination of the two, and then you ask those students to come in and teach it to a group. That probably isn't as relevant to a special school. However, the next two are. Let's take a maths lesson. You're teaching the students a maths concept, they do some practice and they work their way through some questions of increasing difficulty to build some kind of mastery. Inevitably, you'll have some students who are better than others. Now, in a normal classroom, it's often very difficult for the teacher to get round every student. In a smaller classroom, that's much easier. However, because students learn more by explaining, it will often pay you to get a student who's finishing early to then go and teach another student. It's then very easy for you to listen into that conversation to work out what it is the learner doesn't know, but also the student who is teaching might have some misconceptions which they will identify much more quickly in the effort to explain something and suddenly getting stuck, and you will also work out what their difficulty is. Conversely, there will be occasions where that student manages to explain something very well to the other learner. Their learning is therefore embedded and you won't necessarily have to intervene. If you've got a class of more than 10 students and no teaching assistants, for example, that can be really powerful, getting students teaching each other. So this works best, I guess, in this maths context where you've got some students finishing early, and that might be different according to the different topics you're doing or the different prior knowledge that the student has. Another alternative is to set your seating plan up in advance where you know one learner is more competent than another. Pair them up and give them activities where the more able student then re-explains stuff to the other student. And remember, the effect is more powerful for the student in the teacher role. So you're hovering about, able to fill in any gaps and misconceptions that the student who's being taught has, but the student trying to articulate what they know will remember that more and gain a deeper understanding because that's what they've tried to do, even if they haven't been 100% accurate. Your fear will be that misconceptions are just passed on, but I imagine in a special school it'd be very easy for you to get round, you won't have big classes, and you'll be able to spot where conversations are passing on misconceptions and intervene.